For centuries, the samurai have been seen as warriors, symbols of discipline, loyalty, and honor. But behind the armor and the sword, there was something deeper, something the world rarely speaks of. These men followed Bushido, the way of the warrior. It wasn't just a code of conduct. It was a way of life, a silent philosophy that shaped how they lived, how they fought, and how they died. To most, Bushido was about control, precision, and unshakable will. But hidden within its 7 virtues lies a truth the modern world has forgotten. A truth that guided every samurai, even in the face of death. They carried it quietly, not in their weapons, but in their hearts. A message that spoke of courage, humility, and inner peace. A message the world still needs today. Because the samurai understood something we no longer do. That true strength isn't about conquering the world, but mastering oneself. To the samurai, Bushido was more than a moral code. It was a mirror, a way to face oneself. 7 virtues formed its foundation, but each was more than a word. It was a way to live and a way to die. Honor, not for the eyes of others, but for the quiet judgment of your own soul. Courage, not the absence of fear, but the strength to act in spite of it. Respect, even for your enemies, because without respect, victory is hollow. Integrity, doing what is right, especially when no one will ever know. Compassion, the gentleness that keeps strength from turning into cruelty. Honesty, the courage to face truth, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. And loyalty, the bond that turns duty into devotion. But beneath these 7 pillars lay something deeper, a silent understanding that all of them pointed to one thing: balance. The samurai believed that discipline without compassion leads to tyranny, and compassion without discipline leads to weakness. To walk the way was to find harmony between power and peace, to fight fiercely, yet live gently. Each morning, a warrior would rise knowing he could die by nightfall. And yet, he greeted the day without fear, because when you live with honor, death loses its power. The code wasn't about war. It was about mastering the battle within. And that was the true secret every samurai carried. Every warrior trained for war, but the greatest among them trained for peace. The samurai lived with death as a constant companion, not in fear, but in acceptance. To them, death wasn't an ending. It was a reminder that every breath, every word, every choice mattered. They believed that once you stop running from death, you finally start living with intention. You speak truthfully, you act with honor, you love without hesitation, because everything could end at any moment. That awareness sharpened them, not just in battle, but in being alive. They polished their spirit the same way they polished their blades, patiently, deliberately, until nothing false remained. In the West, we often think peace means safety, but to the samurai, peace meant readiness, to be calm in the face of chaos, to walk through the storm and not be moved by it. They carried no illusions of immortality. Their goal was something higher, immortality of character. To live so truthfully that death itself could not erase their name. And maybe that's the lesson they left behind, that when you make peace with death, you discover how to truly live. Centuries have passed since the last samurai walked the earth, but their wisdom still whispers through time. We no longer carry swords, but we still fight battles inside our minds, our schedules, our hearts. Discipline, focus, honor, these are no longer words from an ancient scroll. They're survival tools for a distracted world. The samurai taught that the enemy is rarely outside you. It's the hesitation, the doubt, the endless noise that pulls you away from the present. Their way wasn't about violence. It was about awareness. To move with precision, to speak with intention, to live every moment as if it were your last. Bushido isn't an artifact, it's a mirror, showing us who we could be if we lived with purpose. Imagine what would change if you faced each day like a warrior, not rushing, not reacting, but responding with calm, grounded clarity. That's the real way of the warrior, to be unshaken in a world built on distraction. The samurai are gone, but their message remains. Strength is found in stillness, honor in humility, and peace in presence. If this journey spoke to you, subscribe and walk with me as we explore the next path, the Buddhist way. Because every wisdom, every path is just another way to return to ourselves.